Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy says he'll be waiting to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin personally in Istanbul on Thursday for talks over ending the war. Europe Bureau Chief Zoe Ford is in London. Good morning, Zoe. Can you take us through what President Zelenskyy has said?
Good morning, Bridget. Well, the Ukrainian president put out a post on social media to say that Ukraine wants a full and lasting ceasefire Monday local time from Russia. There was no point in prolonging the killing. But then he said, I will be waiting for Putin in Turkey on Thursday personally. I hope that this time the Russians will not look for excuses. This was a shift because he'd previously said he'd only have direct talks if there was a ceasefire first. But this message, this social media post came after Donald Trump had taken to social media himself to say that Ukraine needed to agree to Putin's offer of direct talks immediately, he wrote in capital letters, and he needed to go to Turkey on Thursday. But it is important to note the context here, Bridget, with which Vladimir Putin has suggested these talks in Istanbul. On Saturday, we saw European leaders, the leaders of France, the UK, Poland and Germany in Kyiv meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. Then, after a call with the US President Donald Trump, they gave Russia an ultimatum which said that Russia needed to agree to a 30-day unconditional ceasefire from Monday local time or face more sanctions, and Ukraine would be provided with more weapons. So Russia's response was this offer of the direct talks but no immediate ceasefire. So the question now is whether Ukraine's allies will impose these sanctions from Monday local time, or whether they'll hold off to see what comes of these Thursday talks. I would suggest by looking at Donald Trump's response, certainly, that he would be urging them to hold off and see what happens on Thursday.
And Zoe, what about the reaction in both Ukraine and Russia to the proposed talks?
Well, we've had some reaction from Kyiv where local people there say they just don't trust Vladimir Putin. They don't believe that he is committed to peace. He wants to take Russian territory, and they want their president to be careful when he attends these talks, not to give any ground. In Moscow, many people, though, believe that their president, Putin, is a peacemaker while Volodymyr Zelenskyy is a troublemaker. They believe Mr. Putin is the one who can achieve peace at the same time as achieving Russia's war aims. It is not yet clear, Bridget, whether Vladimir Putin will travel down to Istanbul for the talks and meet with Volodymyr Zelenskyy in person. But whether that does or doesn't happen, these talks are certainly shaping up to be a very crucial part of the negotiations as we move forward with this war.
They certainly are. Thanks very much, Zoe.